boy, what you looking at? I got a TKO on wherever the food is at. What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? Got two TVs of my own, I don't need the cat. Hold up, no sir. Step into the mic, bring me closer. Sabotage back in the lab, and to stop that you gonna have to go through both. That swole up. Anytime I pull up the bars, I buck up my shoulders and pour the heart. Word to God, my gears push to start a feature, but my skill set a la carte. Woo! You don't understand. I got something sins in one palm of my hand. Balls are right frigid and bodies get numb every time I demonstrate the main.
Let's go. It's Monday night. Yeah, you with your boy TKO, the one and only. That's right, the big homie. That's right, and you're here again on the Knockout Hour. That's every Monday night, and it's another beautiful one here in Graham, North Carolina. But you're here with the notorious one, the biggest one. Your mama like him and all that, and not to mention the handsome one. And still, as of tomorrow, it will be one official year of your gal's junior heavyweight champion, TKO. We got Brian right here. He said, dude, I can't even count all these people. Over 100 plus strong. We up in the gym. Yes, sir. Let's turn up for United States Airlift, Air Force, Airlift 86th Division, as well as everybody else there. Thank you so much for joining us. Shout out to the Air Force. We are so proud of every single lady, the gentleman out there supporting our country and out there showing up and showing out the best in the world, period. There's no question. As well as the nice and beautiful Amanda. Thank you very much, darling. And we're glad to have you there. And for all you knockouts that come back every single Monday night, we're 300,000 strong. That's right, 300,000 strong. And it's going to get better and bigger and better every single week because I'm fired up tonight, everybody. Drinking one of these nice, lovely Monster Energy drink. It's going to get that out of the way. Monster Energy Drink is a proud sponsor of Icon Pro Wrestling. That's right. Everybody out there, I want you to think about when you need you an extra burst of energy, just like I did right before this show, you go out there and grab your Monster Energy Drink. One thing about Monster Energy Drink, again, everybody, it got all these delicious flavors. And I had to try this one out right here. It's Mango Loco. And it's actually quite delicious. So if you guys are looking out here to unleash the beast and also to go ahead and knock them out because that's what TKO do. Go ahead and grab your Monster Energy drink at your local convenience stores, any way you can find them. And hey, tell them your boy TKO sent you. Have me a little sip right now. Delicious. All right. And I think as you can see, if you guys are viewing and you're watching online, trying to make sure my camera look, there we go. Right there is the Icon Pro match we had on March 28th. This is a match between me and Metallico. I know it's a lot of lights going on and it's kind of hard to see, but you can always check it out on Icon Pro Wrestling. That's right, on our YouTube page, Icon Pro Wrestling LLC. Check us out. And then where you get to see TKO right here, as you can see me right there, looking amazing. And I was defending the Gals Junior Heavyweight Championship. And we had a lot of surprises that happened at the end of this match. You don't want to miss it. We showed it last week for the ladies and gentlemen that wanted to watch it. And we sat there and left y'all with the little tease. As Amanda would say, we love to tease and please on this show. So we sat there and gave y'all the opportunity to jump over to my page. Let's go ahead and run the numbers up. I see right now, Kiki Jones and Scarlett's matchup right now is skyrocketed to the top of the previous show. So don't miss your opportunity. Please get caught up. Right after this, go check out Icon Pro Wrestling from our latest event, Icon Pro X. I'm right now in the talks with another high school here in Alamance County, and we got some great news coming up. The meeting should happen this week, so I should have an announcement coming forward. So for all you sponsors out there, if you're ready to be a part of the biggest growing, fastest professional wrestling company here in the United States, holla at your boy TKO and Icon Pro Wrestling. We got a great team of gentlemen that's willing to be able to help and be able to guide you to know that, hey, we will tell you about our latest events, our merchandise, so on and so forth. We're moving and working on a lot of new things. We're revamping the website, all of it. We're going to be able to bring you the best there is when it comes to independent wrestling. But by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who I am a professional wrestler. I've been wrestling now here in the North Carolina area as well as the Mid-Atlantic as TKO. I know go by Notorious because everybody know me, but they don't know me You know how that goes. Everybody hears the name, but then they sit there and talk about me, right? And then they sit there and they finally meet me and realize who I am as an individual. All that perception changed because I kill them with a smile. And then know at the end of the day, baby, I'm still gonna be the one coming out victorious. Because that's what I do. Because here on this show, it's all about combat sports, ladies and gentlemen. The combat sports game. We got MMA news when it comes to UFC, boxing news that happened recently. Because our boy David Benavidez went out there and broke a man's face. I mean, seriously, he really did. We're gonna talk about that. As well as we're gonna have predictions for this weekend's or actually we're doing a match rundown and we will be able to do predictions and all that good stuff behind the scenes with our crew on Get Money Sports. That's on Saturdays between 10 and 12 noon. And we're going to do a little predictions like we did for WrestleMania, the 2 night event. But make sure we go through those results too as well. So I can go ahead and update everybody on those to know that I think it was a three-way tie, possibly a three-way tie, or maybe one outright winner of the prediction show. We're gonna start figuring out something like a transferring title where we have a Get Money Sports or the Knockout Hour. We're gonna call it the Knockout Hour championship, right? So prediction champion. So every week, me and some of the guys from our other shows, what we'll do is when we do our predictions, whoever wins will be the one holding the belt. We'll have to mail it to each other first class. I got the idea from another podcast, so let's try that out. However, we have the latest news for you guys, as well as we're going to sit there and talk about Icon Pro 2 as well, because I'd like to shout that out. All right, so like my previous week, I like to start the show talking about my life a little bit. Some people are interested, and I appreciate it. But no, this past week, man, a true testament of how good God is and how God blesses us so many times, and we're not deserving of it. Because no matter how good we work in our lives, we never really deserve the goodness and all the things that we receive in our life from the Lord. And I just sit there sometimes and just have to tell the Lord, thank you. Thank you for giving me another day to wake up. Thank you for giving me everything in my life, the people that's in my life, like every single one of you knockouts out here. Thank you, because y'all give me a reason to keep pushing on and keep fighting, especially when it comes to every Monday night. But I just wanted y'all to know that sometimes in life we get so caught up and running this rat race, and yet we don't sit there and just think about all the epic flows, ups and downs. But yet we always got to be grateful and just give God praise and glory because we go through trials and tribulations. Had a hard week. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it, but there are people out here that has harder things in life to accomplish, bigger goals to be able to achieve, yet they still strive on. Now, do we always sit there and accomplish everything in the first try? Absolutely not. But that's what perseverance and so many things that the Lord instilled inside of each and every one of us that we got to dig deep down inside of ourselves and be able to say, hey, I got to do this. I got to win and I'm going to win because you got to be able to speak your, you got to be able to speak it into existence. So during those times last week, I found myself against the wall and I felt like I couldn't understand what to do next. I just say, hey, God, I'm going to leave this up to you and I'm going to go ahead and do my thing. And everything fell in line because He put it in there for me. I just had to be patient and still to know when to be able to accept it. So I just like to do that because with everything in my life last week, not going into detail about every single thing, but I know that God is good. I know that I am good. I know that I have a reason to keep fighting every single day. And that's the reason why I'm here on these Mondays. No matter if I'm tired, it doesn't matter. I got Brian and 100+ strong fighting for our country every single day. They don't get a day off, ladies and gentlemen, because they're ready and prepared to do everything it takes to show that the United States is number one on this planet Earth, and they're going to defend every single one of us. And I love that. And I'm thankful for that. As well as everybody from the knockout, we thank you, ladies and gentlemen, over there, killing it, doing y'all thing for us. When again, we don't deserve that. That's what keeps me going, guys. That keeps me like the Amandas of the world that joined our show, looking for a good time, looking for something different. And that's all we have ever provided. We have weeks where we bring people on back and forth, and we try to just keep it mixing up. We got D minus, we have Kiki, we have DC all the time because the world, again, ladies and gentlemen, I bring the positivity to this show because, again, there's somebody out there that needs to hear me, needs to hear positivity in their lives in order to know that there's another reason to keep pushing on. And I'm here for that. And you dang on right, Brian. You are more than welcome, as well as every single one of y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all for sure. But I'm gonna keep it up because I like it. I'm liking this Monday. I'm having fun. I know that we're gonna probably bring back a couple of guests. I'm gonna start booking some more people because I've been noticing by the numbers, y'all loving these new people that's been able to join the show. Y'all love when D minus comes back and drops his knowledge of the wrestling game, and I appreciate it too. So we're gonna keep growing and get bigger. TKO is gonna get active. TKO is going to get active on that social medias because I know that we had the best podcast. I want not just only our 300,000. I wanted to grow bigger, stronger than ever because I want people to understand that they're going to catch this wave of positivity. They're going to catch this wave of all the sexy, beautiful knockouts out there, that we are number one when it comes down to this fight game. But are we also going to put on the artist that I believe in this hip hop game because he's a near dear friend, but also let his music do the talking. Because tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring back OC from NC with Dr. Jerome. Let's keep this party flying. Let's keep it up because we're gonna come after that. We're gonna start with some combat sports news. We got Dr. Jerome, OC from NC. In a minute.
Yeah, yeah. Oh. I'm probably laid back with a bad one, big pack in a magnum, big pack full of magnums. Wait, we done got to the last one. See, I'm not like the last one. We done popped out in traffic, we done popped out in fashion. Hey, like we just popped out the plastic, we just popped out a classic. Big old knot, I was laughing. We just stopped out in Dallas. We just watched all the Mavericks. D just knocked off her lashes. She get dropped off the classes, but I be teaching her other shit. Like I be teaching her brother shit. Like we gon' trap the day, the little brother shit. We gon' rap the day, we gon' cover shit. But I'm just him in the town, really. I'm in here, but the town with me. That little bitch from the town. Had your bitch at the round table, like motherfuck what you bring to it, baby. How the fuck is your brain doing? I'm in touch with what came to her. How the fuck is my name Bowman? I'm just him in the state, really. Philly joint say she hate Philly, but she throwing subs if we ain't chillin', nigga. Blowing up. My little cuz said growing up, shit was going up, shit. Knowing us, that little nigga drunk, throwing up shit, throwing up shit. Throw it up, fuck. Hey, was down, now it's on the bus. Bust down, now she wanna rush. Touchdown, 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 now she wanna bust. Bust down, right in front of us. First down, right in front of us. Look, touchdown. Hey, wait, I feel like Marshawn. You know why I'm here, baby? Wait, I feel like a Marshawn. Ain't I flying here? Is shit finna flying here? Is niggas gon' die here? I already killed shit, nigga. We can get the fuck out of here. This shit out of here, though. This shit gotta go. This shit gotta go. Gotta to blow. This shit hit from the cell. This shit Dr. Jerome. Got in the dough. Cause that strap on jeans. Them shit's not the Jabos. Got with the bros. They leaving this bitch clean. Or this bitch not in the clothes. I should get stock in the foes. SMJ for the code. Can't wait for them lows, bitch. SMJ for the code, bitch. Used to couldn't wait for them road trips when picking up weight on the road. Cuz picking up weight on the road. Hey, we gon' wait on them though. Fuck it. Was down, now it's on the bus. Bust down, now she wanna rush. Touchdown, 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 now she wanna bust. First down, right in front of us. Bust down, right in front of us. Touchdown, touchdown.
My man's in there. That's my boy. OC from NC. Man, killing it again. I mean, what more can I say? I know you, ladies and gentlemen, like him and love him. And I know that when it comes to hip hop, I'm a big lover in lyrics. All right. You can have a dope beat, which that was fire. But it all comes down to the artist painting that canvas. And that canvas right there is from OC from NC with that beautiful painting of Dr. Giroux. And we done had so many artists because OC was the first artist on our show we featured and so followed so many other artists, creative styles and so many different ways of having again the hip hop music displayed with that R&B. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want your song to be played on this song, if you're an artist and you're looking to have your track spun during a knockout hours, just like OC, hit me up. It's very simple, guys. If you ain't willing to sit there and bet on yourself, then why do you do the things that you do? Look at this show right here, the Knockout Hour. Somebody took a chance on me, and I was able to capitalize. That's why you see me every Monday night. But it could be the same for every single one of you men, and I would love to have a woman with a song on this show. If you want the opportunity, simply hit me up at iconprowrestling.tko@gmail.com. That's iconprowrestling.tko@gmail.com. Do not miss that opportunity, guys. Y'all know what to hit me up, man. Stop playing around. And let's hear what you got. I'm a big believer in music. I'm a big believer in again self entrepreneurship because without those things, what are we really here for? Are we here to work to make somebody else's dreams come true, or we ready for the opportunity to grasp it ourselves? I look at my company with Icon Pro every day. Every single day, I evaluate how hard am I really pushing myself to be successful. I love what I do in my life. I really do because everything I do in my life is a sale. But I know one thing: if I'm selling for me and mine, then I'm always going to grow. And then I give my kids the opportunity to see how to be able to develop their dreams and grow. It's not about the money, even though I love me some money, baby. But it's not always about the money. The money is the ventricle to get you to where you need to be at. With wrestling, let's say for instance, once once we get to a point where I get a facility and I start to train and mentor young men and women in this business, the money will only be another way to improve and make the facility better for my. That's right. Oh yeah, payday is tomorrow too. But that's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about that mean, mean green to some people, to some. But I like my money to be put back in my community to be able to grow the next talent in the wrestling combat world, whatever, and at the same time invest in somebody else's dream because someone DC invested in mine. And that's why I'm here today in this podcast game. And with this podcast game that is, we're gonna talk about some UFC. Now, I know UFC events took place this past week. Just unfortunate, but we will go back over some top storylines from the week because we got Jack Melendina. His knockout win shakes up the welterweight division because Jack Melendina's finish over practice on May the 2nd continue to dominate. I mean, to demand, discussion. The knockout at 3 minutes and 17 seconds of the third round enforced his status as one of the top 10 welterweight threats and has positioned him for a potential title eliminator bout next. I like Jack Melendina. I think that's what the UFC really been working hard and diligent on is finding the best talent worldwide and put them to the biggest stage in order to get them the biggest fights. I always believe in growing product and talent in order to grow the product. Because if a person and a fans that believe in an individual and they watch them climb along the ranks, it feels like they won too, because they did. They was there along the ride all the way up to when that person does achieve or don't, but they was a part of it. And when people are a part of something, that means something to first and foremost the talent but not also that, but the company. Now the company notices that, like, hey, my man Jack Melodina, he out here making noise, man. He's knocking people out. He's out here putting together good matches. I mean bouts in order to get to that championship run, which he's in. that only not only did that lift Jack, but that also lifts UFC. Because again, guys, we gotta remember for people in they right there, their 40s like me, and right around that time, we grew up in the era where Chuck Liddell's, the Ken Shamrocks, the Frank Shamrocks, the Horse Gracies. We've seen the development of MMA to where it's the UFC for a lot of folks over here that watches it. But look at where those stars now are past the torch and they continue to pass it. We're now like, let's say in the exception of UFC, they're now at I to be no, let's see, 300 and how many shows? We're at this point now, you'll see 327. So let's say in 100 of these shows they have, we gotta look at that's another generation. Another 100, another generation. So now we're in like the third inception of the new wave of the talent there is in this mixed martial arts game. And now it's been better than it's ever been. You had the horse Gracies where his technical skill, his his everything that he done was well advanced at his time. And you look at you migrated over um to the likes of people like a um Chuck Liddell. You look at you go to uh uh um Wanderlei Silver, Vanderlei Silver, Anderson Silver. You got people like John Bones Jones, George St. Pierre. You got I mean, the list goes on and on. And then from there, now into the third little group of where the up and comers and bringing in that new wave with the Sean Stricklands and the Jack Melodinas and the Patty Pimbleys. You got a whole new era. So I do like what UFC is doing. And it kind of is one of those things with the TKO group. A lot of people is frustrated with the decisions they have had to been made recently with WWE, and we'll get into some of the releases that they had. But a lot of people is upset with TKO Group, and ladies and gentlemen, it's just business. It is just simply business. I can understand the love we have for our stars in this game, but UFC has been one of those ones where it's they have the reach that they need. They have the talent, of course, because everybody wants to make it there, just like WWE and AEW. The structure of how they pay their talent has always been questionable. But yet Dana White and the Fatifas have kept a really strong hold on that. And I, as a businessman, understand. And I've learned that in life. Like, let's say when it's one thing to be the talent. When I work at several shows like at Gouge, I'm not in any way, shape, or form a part of creative or anywhere in upper management at their promotion. I am hired as talent in order to perform. Um, when you're at places like that, you got to understand is if you don't agree with the pay, then either reconsider what you want to do is either have a meeting with the higher ups and want to ask for more pay, and or you don't come to agreement where you can leave. Great, there's nothing wrong with that. It happens all the time. That is a business decision. But to say that for a fan that love and adore that individual talent, it's a shame that on the business side, that talent could not work something out. It may be $5. Who's to know? But it's not to say that you still could not follow and support that talent, right? You may not believe in the company. So for a lot of these people get released and they're no longer there in UFC or WWE, that does not mean the buck stop with them. It's just that's the higher up promotion that gave them more the bigger spotlight. Now it's up to you as the individual. Like with you guys right here with Icon Pro Wrestling. The real way you can show your support is not so much is to say that because he's not in the WWE, it doesn't matter. No, absolutely not. Your support on the Icon Pro channel allows us to know how to grow to be the next or better WWE. I would say that. That's how you do it. But on a business side, I had to make those tough decisions along with other promoters in this combat sports game to realize it is strictly business when we have to make decisions because there is a budget to maintain. There are there are a lot of things that people do not know what it takes to be able to have an event present for you guys and for you to enjoy. There's a lot of intricate things that go on. I mean, realistically, you mean to like the last second things can change and can be done with, and you can lose everything that you put into it. So with knowing that the business has to put more of the risk factor in because they have to cover insurance, the liability costs, is this really worth us having to keep paying for this? That's nothing to do with saying, "I love you as a talent. I think you're remarkable. You can make this business grow and thrive." However, we come to an impasse where I would need you to understand I have to ask you to take a lower amount of money. Or this is our company structure. This is how we pay our talent. If you're not okay with that, please let me know. We can have a discussion. Now, once you agree to that, fair. I mean, that's what your choice. You either sign or not, or you're gonna leave or stay. I mean, it's a choice. But when people want to get upset, you have every right to do that. But guys, we have to understand that if we paid everybody and their mama what they want, then obviously it wouldn't be a place for you to go to. So I think what UFC is doing again with this younger talent, TKO group, developing, that's how if you grow the business like the Conor McGregor's, the ones that set the trailblazers for you guys now just to walk into, because it's the same way with wrestling. I'm gonna be completely honest. Wrestling now is you can just show up out of any and nowhere without nobody credibility and still would be put on the show all because they will outprice you. Why? Because let's say you experienced and you desire a higher pay rate than this guy over here, and three other guys are willing to. I could take three or four guys over here and work through that in order to build up to get them to the level of that one person. Now, if I did that, I could have three or four talents making money for me and the company so we can bring more and better shows to get us to those levels. So, for you guys and ladies out there, that's how this fight game works. It's all about business. And when we see Jack Melodina, they see dollar signs because they invested in this young kid and now they about to reap the harvest of what they sowed. And I appreciate and shout out to Jack because Jack is one of those ones that I've been keeping my eye on out of these young bucks that's coming up through UFC. And I'm very proud of him. And hey, keep doing your thing, man. He's a threat at the welterweight division. So if you guys in that welterweight action, hey, you better look out because my man Jack Melodina is coming to ring some heads. You know what I'm saying? All right, then we got Tatiana Suarez and April's submission still making waves. So Suarez is dominated submission wins over Lupi Godolines. Godolines. I know I'm butchering that. At UFC 327 that happened on April the 11th, it continued to fuel debate about her place in the strawweight title picture. Analysts noted how quickly perceptions shifted after a few uneven performances. And this is another one, Tatiana Suarez, where consistency matters the most. Um, it's good to get a dominating performance like that. And when people see that, it's I think that again the word kind of is done that person had that type of performance because it's not consistent. It's not consistent. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking up here above my head, this match right here is for the Icon Pro Tag Team Champions. You got the champions, the Ebony Giants, that is Don Petty and Jamal the Titan, versus the Radical City Kings. So if you guys are looking for a good night of tag team wrestling, because we know the WWE don't have it, then check out the good old Icon Pro Wrestling tonight. And see the results of the match. So I just think that somebody like Tatiana, uh, hey, we just got to keep it, put it together every time. Win on the little things that you can do. Now you know you had a great dominating submission. So in knowing that, uh, just be very vigilant and understanding that you have an opportunity to come up. Your name is out there. You just got to go up there and execute when the time is right. And it's very easy to say that because I understand when the light shine the brightest and you're in those moments, it's very hard to, it just feels like a million bells going on and it's so hard to concentrate. But I do believe that she does have the skill and the right team to keep her consistent enough to be able to get that championship opportunity in the strawweight division. So to Tatiana Suarez, hey, we love the performance. I did see that choke out. It was really, I mean, a submission, excuse me. I was very, very excited about that match, and I very much wanted to see what she does in the future as well. And then we got a divisional movement from late April's cards. The UFC community spent the week analyzing the ripple effects of these recent results. So we got Aljamain Sterling's unanimous decision, and his win on it was April 25th keeps him in the featherweight contender mix. Hey, shout out to Aljamain Sterling. I always liked his fight game, and I'm glad he's finally making his way back up the ladder. Then we got Mike Mullet KO over Gilbert Burns on April the 18th, continue to be discussed as a career defining moment. That's right, Mike. That's right, Mike, because Gilbert Burns been in this game for a minute and he is a tough SOB. So for Mike to go out there and get that decisive knockout victory is another uh, young guy that's in this business making a name for himself. And then you got Carlos Ubring's shocking knockout over Jiren on April the 11th remain one of the biggest light heavyweight stories of the month. So UFC, what's next? With no event this past week, the UFC enters a build-up phase towards its next major card. Expect matchup announcements, ranking movements, and injury updates to dominate headlines over the several days. So, guys and ladies, we'll have that news for you next week when the next event will happen in UFC. And now I'm going to move over to some good old boxing news and what's going down in boxing. So, another week, another shakeup in the sweet science. So, what's up, fight fans? We got to sit there and let you guys know about one fight I do love, and that's David Benavidez. He makes a statement again. The headline of the week is, ladies and gentlemen, David Benavidez stopping Gilberto Ramirez by the sixth round knockout on May the 3rd. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did not see that, me and my cousin talked very highly, very, very highly of my man David Benavidez. I mean, he's now has the potential of being a three weight class undisputed champion coming up if he gets the cards lined up just right. Because this man is ultimately a mismatch for anybody. He is a complete mismatch. His size, range, and his power, not to mention the combos he put together. This man is he's dangerous. And I think for anybody in the path right now for David Benavidez, you better go ahead and buckle up, bro, because he is locked in. This isn't just a win; it was a message. Benavidez looked sharp, powerful, and fully settled into cruiserweight. Even Oscar De La Hoya came out praising the performance, calling it a major step forward for Benavidez' championship ambitions. And the chatter doesn't start there. Benavidez said himself that he's feeling stronger and more energized at cruiserweight, hinting that this is a version of him that he should expect going forward. So everybody in the cruiserweight division, y'all got a problem. You have a major problem. It's like having Wemby amongst in this fight game. He's like a Wemby in his weight class. He is super tall. He can reach you from across the freaking ring, and the boy can knock you out. And for a lot of fighters, it's hard to find that sweet spot in your weight, right? Like a good example would be me. I'm a junior heavyweight champ. So there's more of a weight class limit where you can be up or down. For me, I keep mine at a nice 187. I like to call myself the murder weight champion. I keep myself at a nice 187. Now, a lot of people be like, TKO, you can be bigger. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. I could. But I'm gonna break this down to you here. I don't need to because I'm that dude. See, if I put on more weight, That's just gonna be more, more. I want to say more. I know that my thing is this. I'm 6'2", right? 6'2", 187. I don't look 6'2", 187. I look a lot bigger. I don't have to move around and walk around at 200 pounds because for me personally, is not. I don't have to carry that much weight. I'm getting to a stage in my life at 40 years old where I'm starting to understand and know my body, and I feel very comfortable in my weight. Now, if I were to weigh 10, 15 pounds more, yeah, I could feel good, but I'll feel sluggish. I won't feel like the man I do. My energy level is not the same. But me, I'll even go lower at times. I can go as low as 175 and wrestle at that. So I'll be more lean, quicker. But at times, most time, I naturally would like to stay in my 180 range, 185 to 188 range. Because for me, that's the best fighting weight for me when I'm defending my title. So when I walked out on that stage, my show on excuse me, on March 28th, your boy came out a very, very sharp 190 that night. So I beefed up a little bit, but then I just go right back to I will slim back down to around 180 right there fight and then build back up from there. And so for me, like I say, at cruiserweight, I think Benavidez is super dangerous because he can definitely go up, and that's only going to reflect what more power. And yet, him being at a lower weight, more quickness and speed and agility, that to me only rings out to say that everybody in the cruiserweight division, you better get ready because that boy is he definitely going to run through everybody. And then we got Con Walker on May the 2nd. He stopped Sam Eggington in round 10 in a gritty, high volume war that lived up to expectations. Because Walker spent the week dismissing talk that Eggington was young and fresh, and he backed it up with a late fight surge that closed the show, and that's how we're going to close the fight game right here because when it comes down to a lot of the predictions call out in the future fights, the heavyweight division said loud this week that Shane Mosley said he favored Manny Pacquiao in a potential rematch with Floyd Mayweather, stirring nostalgia and debate across the boxing world. And then you got Robert Garcia predicted that Anthony Joshua would knock out Tyson Fury, adding fuel to the ongoing will they fight in 2026 conversation. Analysts across multiple outlets debate whether Alexander Usyk will remain the top heavyweight by year's end. And then you got the Turk even floated a future Usyk versus David Benavidez heavyweight clash in 2027. Now, wild but intriguing idea, and I like it. I don't know if you guys watch The Office. I love the show The Office. There's a character on there named Creed. Creed's pretty funny. But it was one episode when they let Creed be the manager of Dunder Mifflin with Saber. That fool got up there and was like made up an acronym called Bo Body. And so when they would give us suggestions to what the definition of each word of the acronym meant, he's like, somebody said to me, he's like, I'm goofy, man. I watch a lot of TV. But looking for a good laugh, I always watch The Office. And also, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Shout out to Gouge Pro Wrestling because me and my boys, every time I meet up with them at Gouge, we always talk about a episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And I got more to talk about when I get up there Saturday because I do have a match this Saturday. It's going down. Your boy TKO got a match, baby. I'm probably going to be defending my title. So line them up so I can go ahead and knock them out because ain't nobody taking my championship. Believe that. So, anyway, guys, I want to play another song. DJ, DC, the man, I want you to hit me. I want to go with the Immaculate Constellation from OC from NC. The Immaculate Constellation. Go ahead and let that beat ride, let that ride, and we'll see you when I get back.
more plays, we about to stop making them. Couple more days, we got to drop weight for them. So stuck in my ways, we about to stop way. So stuck in my ways, we back in stock. Baxter Stockman, fly on the wall, watching a rock band. Locked in, a locked in, making sense now. Niggas that play both sides got off the fence. I'm convinced when you play those rhymes, you not convinced. Not when this I design like if Plato rhymed. Took a trip out west just to say those lines. One stop in Texas, my only play no rhymes, cause they know I'm timeless. NC's finest, do rewind this, beat Tampa. Me and B started out with some weak crowds, but look at us, peak now. Look at my week now, I'm weak now. Wait, like it's hard being discreet now. Brand new Jordan 5, see my defeat. All the time pain turning to rhyme, see my defeat. Whatever's out of control, you off the lead, off the beat, nigga. Fish, still tugging, still thugging, still going, chill thugging. Been a long road, niggas will turn on you. Hey, it's been a long road, still tugging, still thugging, still going, chill thugging. Been a long road, niggas will turn on you. Hey.
Attention on it. You only hear from 10 to 2. What's the tension on it? Just meet me out there in the room. What's the tension? Make sure your friends hang around for the legend. Don't get found in my mentions, baby. Don't get found in the mentions. You define it as a pimp, as profound as the Simpsons.
Oh man. See, music like that is good for the soul. It is, man. Like people don't understand like how someone like OC from NC brings all these cosmic thoughts and all these intricate like verbiage. It just changes the way a person's mind think because it takes you to another place. It takes you outside of your norm. It makes you want to think about just like me. I had a 93 Lincoln. Lord, I love that car. And with a song like that, with the way that that dash used to light up, it had the digital display. Man, it used to feel like I was in a spaceship, right? And that song puts me in that space every time I hear that song. I remember me and OC used to ride around in that same very Lincoln. Used to go play ball and all that when we was younger. He's still hooping, bro. I'm done with basketball. I can't do it no more. I love me some basketball, but heck no, bro. You can't have me out there no more. I love coaching basketball because I will be coaching the Mighty Storm again this year. We're gonna represent. We're gonna go out there and go get it back in blood. I don't care. We came in second place last year, and I'm very proud as the first year coach. And my daughter in this team that we had the Lady Storm, the Graham Storm, that is. We went out there this year and made a name that's gonna ring out in these recreation centers because TKO, they know Coach TKO out there. Hey, I was out there having the time of my life with the greatest group of young ladies that I had the opportunity to coach. And we will succeed. We will win. But when I think about things like that, when it comes to OC's music, man, it just takes you out of this world to a whole nother place. And I want you guys and ladies too that if you got music that you would hey would take people away from where they are, their troubles, their worries, their cares, and take them to a place of happiness, enjoyment, and nothing but fulfillment in their life, then hit me up. I'm your boy. I'm the man you want to talk to. Because TKO can make it happen on this here show, just like I did for OC. It can make it possible. You just hit us up at iconprowrestling.tko@gmail.com. That's simple. Hit me up. So, guys, we're gonna do a rundown of Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, and then we'll get into the matches that's gonna go down for Backlash. last week. I know a lot of people, and I think I did a rundown of the ladies and gentlemen that got released. We also kind of find out over the weekend that WWE has released the New Day and also Jeff Cobb and Tunga Loa. I think with Tunga Loa, good riddance. Bro, you could have paid me to make those same mistakes. That boy, mm, I'm gonna be very cautious of what I say because I try to again not try to criticize the person. We all make mistakes in wrestling. We all make mistakes in life. But man, mm, it was tough watching it. But when it comes to the New Day, I tell people all the time, what more can we say about them? What more can they accomplish? How many times can they keep giving us the best that they have? And it's always been good, but yet in this turnaround, they're doing the best thing for themselves, and that's protecting their bag. Because at this point in their career, they achieved everything possible that could be as a tag team, as well as Kofi Kingston being the first WWE Black Heavyweight Champion is one of those things where you can it doesn't. What else is there to do? What else is there to achieve in the WWE for them? So I do believe there's no reason at all. If I was on their level, that I would take lesser money. That was the issue, possibly, um, allegedly, is that TKO Group asked the New Day to take a pay cut after they signed a multi-year deal last year to remain with the company. And so, to what's been heard or been said or put out there by several reports, are saying that the New Day decided to say, "Hey, we're not going to take a reduction. We're out," and I completely understand. I think that wrestlers, more than anybody, get it in this business of what we do is that it's not about always the glitter and glam of what WWE has for you as the fans and the wrestlers. It's more of we control our destiny because we are the product. Simple as that. If you have a talent like New Day and you come to an impasse, which I know that WWE did the right business decision because I do believe they did what's best for their company. That it's also good to understand and know that they also have another place to go and create that same magic and more with other robberies and matchups we have never seen, and we'll be able to number one, provide the entertainment for the fans that's paying their hard-earned money. And I do believe the New Day, I do believe Jeff Cobb, I do believe Tungaloa will keep succeeding in this wrestling business as long as they always remain to bet on themselves and keep pushing themselves in this business. Because you got to remember, the talent is always going to be the talent. Without the talent, there's no business. All right. But you got Roman Reigns. He accepts Jacob Fatu's challenge. We also see that Jacob Fatu attacked Roman Reigns, the tribal chief's response by officially accepting Fatu's backlash challenge for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. It is kind of different seeing Roman with the World Heavyweight Championship, but I like it. It's the way it should be. We here on the Knockout Hour, we acknowledge our tribal chief, as well as we know, and I believe that Brian, Amanda, and Walter, all the rest of the knockouts, we acknowledge our tribal chief here on the Knockout Hour. That's right. We acknowledge him. But I think this is a good matchup that they are doing with for Jacob. Jacob does need this match. He needs to push himself in a title picture more. I do believe, and we'll get to predictions. But I do believe this is the right call for WWE. And we've seen that Jacob busted out the good old tongue and death grip. That's right, the tongue and death grip. I like it. Like it. Like it a lot. But then we have Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker is heating up. Seth Rollins challenges Braun to a black backlash match at the heated promo exchange. Now this is stupid. You could have had that match at Mania to have a backlash. Because backlash, ladies and gentlemen, is more like from the fallout from Mania to try to get many repeat matches of what happened in Mania to capitalize on that money from that story, right? It's like saying the story ended, but it still has another caveat to it. It's like, here's one ending, but I can show you another. And with this one, We go back to when we said the whole panel all discussed that the WrestleMania results. Why have Seth Rollins come out there and go against Gunther if Braun Breaker can run full speed and actually hit Seth Rollins ringside? You shouldn't. And I don't know wrestling. I do not understand how y'all don't know how to use Gunther at this point. I don't. But you didn't. Which I'm not. The match was good. Let's not get away from that. The match was really good. We all knew that was going to be the match. And they probably was the best match of night one. We all got. I will probably say that. That's just me. I really do believe that was the best match of night one. But to say that you couldn't have just did promo work to get Braun there, you did the same thing with Gunther, dummy. And then we have Rusev. Penta defeating Rusev because the Intercontinental Championship. Intercontinental Champion Penta beat Rusev in a non-title match after a roll-up counter. Ethan Page watched from ringside, stirring tensions, and it also built up to the OG Javon Evans. Shout out to my boy. He came in there with Penta. They went out there and ran Rusev and Ethan Page out. I like what they're doing with this. It's good that they're now heating up Rusev because he does need to get on the show and work with these young guys. I think that Rusev creates magic. I like it. Ethan Page, I'm not a huge fan of his, and that's good. Because if you annoy me, and it's really hard to annoy me, then that means you're really doing what you're supposed to do. Because if that's what you're doing, you winning. You winning off of me because hey, I really can't stand them. But that's exactly what they want. If it irritates you, then that's what makes money. Becky Lynch retains because Becky Lynch defeated Io Sky to retain the women's Intercontinental Championship out the Oscars interfered. I really hate Kairi Sane's gone because I'm gonna predict this. DC, check me out. This is a bonus point. I'm saying it right now. This is a bonus point. Bonus point. Cause I forgot. I will be on Get Money Sports Saturday for at least an hour. We'll see, but I will be on that Saturday. I'm gonna say it right now though, because we're gonna do the prediction Saturday. Let's do that. I say that Io Sky is gonna come back and interrupt in that match and make Oscar lose when Io go against Oscar. Watch. That's a bonus point for me. Watch. That's a bonus. And then you got Obafemi dominates Grayson Waller and announces the weekly Oba's challenge. I like this, but I don't because the thing is going to be is when Oba gets beat, I'm not going to like why did they allow him to get beat right now. I don't like that. And then you got Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. They win and they defeated Bailey and Lyra Valkyria with Liv Morgan causing distractions. As she should. Guys, they out there working. So that's what you do. And then let's see. Tonight, their preview is Jacob and Roman contract signing. We got Obafemi Open Challenge continues. We got Javon Evans and Penta versus Rusev and Ethan Page. We got Finn Balor versus JD McDonough. I thought they already had that match, but I guess we're going to get it again. And then you got Asuka and Io sit down segment. And then you got Soruka signs with Monday Night Raw and makes it official. And then we're going to go to SmackDown. You got Cody Rhodes and the newcomer Ricky Saints. So Ricky Saints made his main roster debut, pushing Cody to the limit before Rhodes secured the win with Crossroads. Me personally, I think Ricky Starks is mid. I think he projects a star, which that's what you do, but I don't see it. He honestly, to me, personally looks like Beavis. He looked like Beavis with brown hair. Like, it's just weird. He does these faces. You be like, why did I see that before? People say Butthead. I'm like, nah, he look like Beavis. So we'll see what Beavis do in the future. Because like I said, for me, man, it's just like, I don't see it. I really don't. And then so we got Gunther ambushes Cody Rhodes after the match. Gunther attacks Cody and chokes him unconscious, signaling a massive title threat. And I am with it. I like it. Because Gunther going to SmackDown is a good freshening up for his character. I do I do like the fact that he gets that chance with Cody because it is an instant title match that Cody needs. He needs to switch it up. I do see in any way, shape, or form that Randy will have some involvement coming forward along the way. So we'll keep an eye on that. Then we got Bloodline Civil War intensifies as Jacob 5-2 is now hunted by both Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns factions, creating a three-way bloodline fracture. We got JC Jane defeated Charlotte Flair. JC Jane scored a huge win with help from Fallen Haley and continuing Fatal Attractions rise. I don't like JC Jane. I think she kind of like mid. I don't really like her. I mean, I think at best maybe Intercontinental U.S. champion, but never should be a women's champion. Uh, that's just my opinion. I mean, it's fair. Hey, she could probably win me over. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Then you got Rhea Ripley against the eyes. So Rhea backed up Flair and Alexa at the fatal influence swarmed them. And then we got the tag titles uh, still put up on the line and retained from Damian Priest and R-Truth. They still your WWE Tag Team Champions against Faxion. When it comes down to Backlash, let's see. Some of the matches that they have already down would be Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu for the World Heavyweight Championship. Roman defends his newly won title against his own cousin in a Bloodline Civil War showdown. Then you got Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker with Paul Heyman. Breaker has been hunting Rollins since WrestleMania, and this grudge match is now locked in. You got Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn for United States Championship, a WrestleMania rematch with a darker, more unhinged heel Sami Zayn. And then you got Io Sky versus Asuka, a long time rivalry, finally gets a spotlight at the months of tension. You got Danhausen and a mystery partner versus The Miz and Kit Wilson. Danhausen must find a partner after being ambushed on SmackDown. And not yet confirmed, but actively being teased. These are rumors, but not official matches list as of the latest report. And you got Cody Rhodes' undisputed title open challenge. Cody is still medically cleared after the orbital injury from Randy Orton. Lead a title picture in limbo. Gunther, Orton, and CM Punk have all been teased as potential challengers, as well as Rhea Ripley versus JC Jane for the Women's World Championship is strongly hinted after Fatal Attractions attacks and not officially booked. We shall see, and we will predict the shows on Saturday on Get Money Sports. So tune in on that as well, so you can catch your boy TKO talk about how about them Cowboys. It's been a while because we had a good old draft. So anyway, guys and ladies, thank you so much for attending this show. As always, it's been a pleasure and an honor to be able to enjoy you guys every single Monday. I know this week y'all ran up the numbers, and I want y'all to make sure to take the time to look at this awesome match right here, as well as many others. We have 6 matches right now on the Icon Pro page, and it is going down, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, you got BK versus Alexander Moss in a very, very good, highly contested match for the first round of the very first Icon Pro Heavyweight Champion. I may have to get in that mix. We're right now in discussions of having another show, Icon Pro 11. It seems that we're coming up with a title and all that. We'll get to those details. But, ladies and gentlemen, I do have to wrestle this weekend, as well as next weekend. I'm about to get it in and to go ahead and let it reign supreme down there in the good city of Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina, and Raleigh, North Carolina. So if you're in those areas, please stop on out there, show some love to your boy TKO. But if you want to hit me up throughout the week, go to TKO336 on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and then Teddy Allen Jr. on Facebook, as well as Icon Pro Wrestling LLC. That is my company. I want you guys to show me love, show support. But anyway, I want to give a big shout out. Thank you to all you crazy knockouts out there, knockettes. Shout out to Amanda. Shout out to Big Walter. Shout out to Brian and the United States Air Force 86 Airlift Wing, as well as 100 strong. You keep going out there. You keep defending our country. We love you guys, and we're going to keep fighting hard. And I'm going to see you next week, because it's going to be still your Gals Junior Heavyweight Champion, TKO.
What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? I got a TKO on wherever the pool is at. What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? Got 2 Tulies of my own, I don't need the gas.
Hold up, no sir. Step into the mic, bring me closer. Sabotage back in the lab, and to stop that you gonna have to go through both. The swole up. Anytime I pull up the bars, I buck up my shoulders and pour the heart. Word to God, my gears push to start a feature, but my skill set a la carte. Woo! You don't understand. I got 7 sins in one palm on my hand. Balls are right rigid and bodies get numb every time I demonstrate the main rule of thumb.